You're fired, Olivia. Clean out your desk by the end of the day. The words hit me like a physical blow. 10 years of dedication to Pinnacle marketing. Gone. Just like that, my boss, Richard, wouldn't even look me in the eye. His voice was cold, detached, like he was talking to a stranger, not someone who'd pulled all-nighters alongside him to save major accounts. There must be some mistake, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. The evidence is clear, Olivia. Multiple clients reported you've been sharing confidential information with competitors. We have testimonials. My head spun. This was insane. That's impossible. I would never. I'm sorry, but the decision is final. Security will escort you out. I stood there, frozen. 10 years of climbing the corporate ladder. 10 years of sacrificing weekends, relationships, even starting a family. All erased by accusations that made no sense. I'm Olivia Bennett, 32, senior marketing strategist. Or at least I was until today. Walking out of that glass building with a cardboard box of personal items, I felt like everyone was watching, judging. The security guard beside me might as well have been leading me away in handcuffs. My phone buzzed. A text from my younger sister, Vanessa. Heard what happened. Call me when you can. How did she know already? I'd been fired less than an hour ago. I didn't call her. I couldn't talk to anyone. Not yet. Instead, I drove home in a daze, parked in my driveway, and just sat there, staring at nothing. My perfect life was unraveling, and I had no idea why. 3 days later, I still hadn't left my apartment. Takeout containers littered my coffee table. Unwashed mugs filled my sink. My phone showed dozens of missed calls, from friends, coworkers, my parents. None from Richard or HR. They'd made their decision. A knock at my door startled me. I considered ignoring it, but it came again, more insistent. Olivia! I know you're in there! Open up! My best friend Maya's voice. I dragged myself to the door and opened it. Maya pushed past me, wrinkling her nose at the state of my apartment. Jesus, Liv, it smells like depression in here. That's exactly what it is, I muttered. Maya opened windows, tossed takeout containers, and finally sat beside me on the couch. You need to fight this, she said. These accusations are ridiculous. Everyone who knows you knows you'd never leak information. Doesn't matter. The damage is done. I stared at my hands. Who would hire me now? The industry talks. Maya hesitated. About that, I heard something at Callaway Agency yesterday. They're saying your sister confirmed the rumors. My head snapped up. What? Vanessa apparently told someone at Horizon Media that you've been selling client information for years. That you bragged about it to her. The room seemed to tilt. Vanessa? My own sister? That's impossible, I whispered. But even as I said it, pieces started falling into place. Vanessa had always been competitive with me, always in my shadow. And now she worked at Horizon, Pinnacle's biggest competitor. I need to talk to her, I said, reaching for my phone. Maya grabbed my wrist. Wait, if she really did this, confronting her directly might make things worse. You need evidence. I nodded slowly. Maya was right. I needed to be smart about this. First, Maya said, shower. Then we make a plan. The next morning, I felt human again. Clean apartment, clear head, and a burning determination to uncover the truth. I called my old colleague, Darren, who still worked at Pinnacle. Liv! God, I've been worried sick. This whole thing is insane. I need your help, Darren. I think my sister might be behind the rumors. Silence on the line. Then, that actually makes sense. There were emails, supposedly from clients, but Richard never let anyone see them directly. Just read excerpts in the meeting. Can you get copies? I can try. But Liv, be careful. If your sister really did this, I know, family drama is about to reach a whole new level. After hanging up, I checked social media. Vanessa had posted a selfie at a fancy restaurant with the caption, "Celebrating a major career win. #blessed. Moving up." The timestamp? The day after I was fired, my blood boiled. But I forced myself to stay calm. Evidence first, confrontation later. I texted a few industry contacts, asking casually if they'd heard anything about me. The responses were telling. Everyone had heard I'd been selling client information. Everyone mentioned Horizon Media, and 3 people specifically mentioned my sister as the source. My own flesh and blood had destroyed my career. But why? That evening, I drove to my parents' house for our monthly family dinner. I almost canceled, but Maya convinced me to go. Observe her, she said. Don't tip your hand. Walking into that familiar house felt surreal. The smell of Mom's lasagna, Dad's baseball game on TV, and Vanessa laughing in the kitchen, helping Mom with salad. She looked up when I entered. Not a trace of guilt on her face. Liv, she rushed over, hugging me tight. I've been so worried. Are you okay? I hugged her back mechanically. Been better. Mom wiped her hands on her apron. Honey, we heard what happened. It's just awful. Those false accusations. Dad muted the TV. We're behind you 100%, kiddo. You'll bounce back. Vanessa nodded enthusiastically. Totally. And hey, I might have a lead on a position at Horizon. Junior role, but it's something, right? The audacity took my breath away. She was offering me a junior position at the company she'd just helped me get fired from? A company where I'd be working under her? That's thoughtful, I managed. Throughout dinner, I watched her. She was playing the supportive sister perfectly. Concerned looks, encouraging words, even offering to help update my resume. But twice I caught something else in her eyes when she thought no one was looking. Satisfaction. After dessert, Vanessa excused herself to take a call. I followed her onto the back porch, staying hidden just inside the door. Yes, it worked perfectly, she was saying. She has no idea. No, she actually showed up for family dinner tonight. Yeah, completely clueless. I recorded every word on my phone, my hand shaking with rage. The promotion is definitely mine now, right? With her out of the way, Pinnacle has no chance of landing the Westfield account. I'd been working on the Westfield pitch for months. It would have been my biggest achievement at Pinnacle. Anyway, gotta go. Can't wait to see her face when she realizes she'll be reporting to me if she takes that job. Sweet karma, right? I slipped back inside before she could catch me. My mind was racing. I had part of what I needed, but not enough. Not yet. The next week was a blur of investigation. With Darren's help, I obtained copies of the emails sent to Pinnacle. They came from dummy accounts, but the IP addresses all traced back to Horizon Media. I reached out to the clients who had supposedly reported me. All were shocked by the accusation and denied making any complaints. Then came the breakthrough. Maya's cousin worked in IT at Horizon and owed her a favor. He retrieved deleted emails from Vanessa's work account, emails outlining her plan to sabotage me and steal the Westfield account. This is enough to sue both Vanessa and Horizon, Maya said, reviewing everything we'd gathered, but I had a different idea. No, I want to handle this my way. I called my parents and suggested a family meeting that weekend. I have news about my career situation, I told them. Then I called Richard at Pinnacle and requested a meeting. Just him and me. I don't think that's appropriate, Olivia, he said stiffly. Trust me, Richard, you want to hear what I have to say and see what I have to show you. There was a long pause. Friday, 2 p.m., 30 minutes. I smiled. That's all I need. Richard's office felt different as a visitor, cold, unwelcoming. He didn't stand when I entered, just gestured to the chair across from his desk. You have evidence, you said? I placed a folder in front of him. Everything's in there. Emails proving the accusations against me were fabricated. Testimonials from the clients who supposedly complained, confirming they never did. And proof that my sister orchestrated the whole thing to advance her career at Horizon. Richard flipped through the piece documents, his expression darkening. Why would your own sister do this? I shrugged. Jealousy? Ambition? We'll find out tomorrow at our family meeting. Richard closed the folder. This is substantial. I owe you an apology, Olivia. Yes, you do. 10 years, Richard. 10 years of loyalty, and you didn't even give me the benefit of the doubt. He had the decency to look ashamed. What do you want? My job back, with a promotion and a raise. Public acknowledgement that I was wrongfully terminated, and I want to lead the Westfield pitch. Richard nodded slowly. Done. When can you start? Monday. But first I need a favor. Saturday evening, my parents' living room. Mom had made coffee and set out cookies, like this was a normal family gathering. Dad looked uncomfortable, sensing tension. Vanessa sat across from me, the picture of innocence. So, what's this news, Liv? Mom asked. I took a deep breath. I've been offered my job back at Pinnacle, with a promotion. Vanessa's coffee cup froze halfway to her lips. What? How? It turns out the accusations against me were false, fabricated by someone trying to sabotage me and steal my clients, Dad frowned. Who would do such a thing? I looked directly at Vanessa. Someone ambitious? Someone who saw me as competition? Vanessa set down her cup, her hand visibly shaking. That's great news, Liv. Really great. Isn't it? Oh, and the best part, Pinnacle is countersuing Horizon Media for corporate espionage and defamation. The color drained from Vanessa's face. Countersuing? That seems excessive. Well, when someone deliberately ruins a person's career and reputation, there are consequences. Mom looked between us, confused. What's going on? Vanessa, are you okay? You look ill. Vanessa forced a smile. I'm fine. Just surprised by Liv's news. Are you, though? I reached into my bag and pulled out my phone. Because I have something interesting I'd like everyone to hear. I pressed play. Vanessa's voice filled the room. Yes, it worked perfectly. She has no idea. As the recording continued, Mom gasped. Dad's face hardened. Vanessa lunged for my phone, but I moved it away. Stop it! That's private! She shouted. I let the recording finish. The silence afterward was deafening. Vanessa, Mom whispered, tell me that wasn't you. Vanessa's face contorted with rage and embarrassment. She's always been the favorite, always perfect Olivia, with her perfect job and perfect life. What about me? When is it my turn? Dad stood up. Your turn? You destroyed your sister's career. Do you have any idea what you've done? I did what I had to do to get ahead. That's how the real world works. I remained calm. Actually, in the real world, what you did is called defamation and corporate espionage. Both are grounds for termination and legal action. Vanessa's eyes widened. What are you saying? I'm saying Horizon fired you this morning. Richard sent them the evidence. They're cooperating fully to avoid the lawsuit. You got me fired? Vanessa stammered. No, Vanessa. You got yourself fired. Actions have consequences. She turned to our parents. Are you going to let her do this to me? Your own daughter? Mom was crying. Dad looked like he'd aged 10 years in 10 minutes. Vanessa, he said quietly, you did this to yourself. Vanessa grabbed her purse and stormed toward the door. Fine, take her side. You always do. She turned to me, eyes blazing. This isn't over, Olivia. After she left, I sat with my parents, trying to explain, trying to comfort them. The pain in their eyes broke my heart. This wasn't just about my career anymore. Vanessa had fractured our family. I'm so sorry, Mom kept saying. We had no idea she felt this way. I held her hand. Neither did I. Monday morning. Walking back into Pinnacle felt surreal. Eyes followed me through the office. Some supportive, others curious, a few suspicious. Richard met me at my old desk, which now had a new nameplate. Olivia Bennett, Executive Marketing Director. Team meeting in 10 minutes, he said. I'll make the announcement and apology then. I nodded, setting down my things. My phone buzzed with a text from Maya. How does it feel to be back? I replied, complicated. The truth was, victory felt hollow. I'd won back my job and reputation, but at what cost? My sister hated me, my parents were heartbroken, and I felt no joy in Vanessa's downfall, only sadness that it had come to this. The team meeting was awkward but necessary. Richard publicly apologized. Colleagues welcomed me back. The Westfield pitch was mine to lead. Professionally, everything was back on track. But personally, I was still reeling. That evening, I sat alone in my apartment, staring at old family photos. Vanessa and me building sandcastles, opening Christmas presents, her maid of honor speech at my wedding, before Tom and I divorced. When had things gone so wrong between us? My doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. Through the peephole, I saw Vanessa. She looked terrible, eyes red, hair disheveled. I hesitated, then opened the door. "Can I come in?" she asked, voice hoarse. I stepped aside. She entered but remained standing, arms crossed defensively. "I lost everything," she said. "My job, Mom and Dad's respect, everything." I said nothing, waiting. "I came to say," she took a shaky breath, "I'm sorry. What I did was unforgivable." The apology surprised me. It sounded genuine. "Why, Vanessa? We're sisters." Her eyes filled with tears. "I've always been jealous of you. Always. You're smarter, more successful. Everyone loves you. I'm just the other Bennett sister." "That's not true." "It is. And when I saw a chance to finally be the successful one, I took it. I didn't think about the consequences." I sighed, gesturing for her to sit. "What you did hurt me deeply. Not just professionally, but personally. I trusted you." She nodded, tears spilling down her cheeks. "I know. I don't expect forgiveness. I just needed you to hear that I'm sorry." We sat in silence for a long moment. "What will you do now?" I finally asked. She shrugged. "Leave town, probably. Start over somewhere. No one will hire me here after what happened." Another silence fell between us. Years of competition, resentment, and now betrayal. Could we ever move past this? "I have a proposition," I said slowly. "Richard wants me to build a new team for the Westfield account. It's a massive project." Vanessa looked up, confused. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I need someone who understands competitor strategy, someone who knows Horizon's playbook." Her eyes widened. "You'd hire me? After everything?" "Not hire you. Give you a chance to earn redemption. Intern position, minimum wage. You'd report directly to me, and one wrong move, you're out." "Why would you do this?" I looked at the family photos on my wall. "Because you're my sister, and I believe people deserve second chances when they're truly sorry." Vanessa stared at me for a long moment. "I don't deserve this." "No, you don't. But that's what family does. We help each other, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard." She wiped her tears. "If I accept, how do we explain this to everyone? To Mom and Dad? One day at a time. Trust has to be rebuilt. With me, with them, with everyone." Vanessa nodded slowly. "Okay, I accept. And Liv, thank you." It wasn't a perfect ending. The road ahead would be difficult. Trust broken is not easily mended, but it was a beginning. Sometimes the strongest relationships are forged in the fire of betrayal and forgiveness. My sister had nearly destroyed me. Now we would see if we could rebuild, not just our professional lives, but our bond as sisters. As Vanessa left that night, she paused at the door. "Why did you really decide to help me?" I thought about it. Because holding on to anger hurts me more than it hurts you. And because I remember the little girl who cried when I went to college, who said I was her hero. Tears filled her eyes again. I lost sight of that person. "Find her again?" I said. "That's all I ask." The door closed behind her, and I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. The path to healing had begun. For both of us.